Hello everyone, welcome to another video from Waving My Life. In today's video, we are going to talk about Linux distributions and which one to choose for 2022 as a beginner. So if you are not a beginner, then I don't think it might be a useful video for you. But anyways, let's get started. So what is Linux? Linux is a free and open source kernel. Based on this kernel of Linux, there are many distributions created for Linux. These are called distributions or distros. Okay. Next. So there are many flavors of Linux. I have mentioned a few of them here, which are Debian, Arch, Ubuntu, Red Hat, and Fedora. There are a ton of more Linuxes like Linux Mint, Manjaro, and the list goes on. You can search in the internet and find different Linux distributions for different users. But these are the most commonly used Linux distributions. So what are the type of Linux distros? There are two types of Linux distros. One are rolling release and one are fixed release. So what is the advantage of rolling release? Rolling releases are bleeding edge. They have the most current and most updated softwares, while in fixed release, the softwares are thoroughly tested before they are pushed out as an update. So based on our knowledge, we are now going to see which Linux distribution will be helpful for us. So for those of you who love stability, Linux Mint is obviously a good choice because Linux Mint has this beautiful desktop environment called Cinnamon, which we will talk about in the later section. So Linux Mint will be a good choice if you love stability because it is a fixed release distribution based on Ubuntu. Ubuntu is not that great at this moment. That's why I am recommending Linux Mint to you. For those of you who love cutting edge and bleeding edge technology and rolling release is your taste, then Manjaro will be a good starting point. It is based on Arch Linux, and Arch itself is not a good beginner friendly distribution, but Manjaro is. Manjaro with its various desktop environment choices, it is really good and really awesome to work with Manjaro. But if you want the best of both worlds, cutting edge technology as well as stability, then Fedora might be a good choice because the Red Hat based distributions like Fedora, they have a rolling release for the softwares and they have their own fixed release as well. Means their desktop environment is updated as fixed release, but the softwares are updated as rolling release. That's why Fedora gives you best of the both worlds. So next, another important aspect for any people interested in Linux is desktop environment. Desktop environments make or break your choice of Linux distribution because as a beginner you don't care about the package managers like yum or apt or flatpak. That's whole another story. So what is desktop environment? Desktop environment is a desktop presented to you with a Linux distribution. So what are some few desktop environments? There is GNOME. GNOME is really popular and it is used with Ubuntu. Fedora. Fedora has a really vanilla GNOME experience, but GNOME is not that good beginner friendly, I think, because it is quite different from Windows and Mac OS. So that's why I will not recommend GNOME as a beginner level desktop environment. Next, there is KDE. If you love a ton of customization and you want to make your Linux distribution look as good as possible, then KDE might be a good choice for you. There is Cinnamon, which I have talked about previously while talking about Linux Mint. The Cinnamon environment is really good. It looks like Windows 7 and it is really easy to get started with. There is a beautiful desktop environment called Deepin, which comes with Deepin distribution. That's their own flavor of desktop environment. It is more macOS like, and if you are coming from macOS, you might consider Deepin as your desktop environment. Pantheon is another good one, which is Deepin means like Deepin, but a little bit toned down version, and you can get it with which is that? Oh yeah, I will put it somewhere here or there. Okay, so that will be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. So if you are a beginner and you want the most stable release, then Linux Mint is your choice with Cinnamon environment. That's a perfect distribution. If you want bleeding edge technology, then Manjaro with KDE is the best choice. And if you want best of both worlds and you want to tweak your system a little bit as well, then Fedora is a good choice with the GNOME desktop environment. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it and see you in the next one. Bye.